Hello, my friends. Happy Sunday. Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder. Today is my weekly chat. So every Saturday, I sit down and I tape and tell you guys about my week, what's going on, what I plan for the upcoming week, and then do kind of like a weekly wrap up for my reading and then what are my reading plans moving forward into the next week. So, this week, so last time I talked to you guys, I told you that my nieces were going to be coming over to play while their parents went out to dinner, and we had such a nice time. It was really the first time that my youngest niece has been here since she was a baby. So her sister Ava, my older niece, she comes over all the time. Usually Ava comes to my house, and then Livy goes to her other grandparents' house or stays with my mom while they go out, so that each girl has some time to themselves with somebody else. You know how it is whenever there's young siblings and they're very close in age. But this time I got them both, and Libby had a lot of fun. It was her first time. She had no idea that I had all these toys here and things like that. And Ava did my makeup. Libby did my makeup. My book room was destroyed. Ava's very like prim, proper. She likes to come in. She sits in my chair. I buy her stickers and she puts them in a book. She sits and she does like coloring in books. Very, very prim, proper, quiet. So good, like fine motor activity. She's fantastic at. Livy is like a tornado. She came in and it was just like I have a Alice in Wonderland, like it's from Disney. It looks like a stack of teacups, but it's really one. And she comes in, she's like, tea! And she like lifts up their stuff inside, because not like drinks, but like cards for my game were inside. My game cards for my reading game were everywhere. Like I had to resort them. That's how you know I love these girls so much, because it's not just anybody I would let come in and touch my things like that. So Ava's sitting here doing her thing. Livy was destruction. God, I love her so much. I love them both. So that was a nice time. And then this week work was, work. I did have a prescriber at the office on Thursday, so that was a good thing. I had to have some conversations with some of our like overseeing boards and things like that, just to figure some stuff out. And we are making the best of what we can when there's a nationwide shortage right now in the mental health field. So that's where I'm at with that. Did learn how to do something new at work and use a new system, and I like learning new things, so that was kind of fun. So all right, my inflammations, I think, getting worse. And here somebody had left me a suggestion to get turmeric, and so I really need to do that, because it is like huge. If you could see it, like it sticks way out and it hurts to the touch. It hurts. Mornings are real bad. There's some inflammation in other areas too, so something that I need to figure out, because it's quite painful. Old, man. Getting old. My body just doesn't like me. Brian and I were actually talking last night. Said something about, what were we talking about? Something about health and modern medicine, things like that. He was like, if it weren't for modern medicine, you would have died like 10 years ago. I said, I would have died in childbirth. If it had not been for modern medicine, I would have died in childbirth, because Cassidy was not coming out on her own, and we probably both would have made it. So many things. Thankful for modern medicine. I was so tired this week on Wednesday night. Is that Wednesday? Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. I came home. If you watch the my last young adult Tria chapter for my Unheld project, you'll see I cannot even tell you how tired I was. And I think I had said on there, like, I finished taping at 6:40 and I was going to finish things up and go to bed. I was in bed by 7 and I slept until the next morning and did not want to get out of bed for work. Like, that's how exhausted I was. It's just a lot going on. Let's see, we had our work party this week, our Halloween party for work, and Cassidy loves my work. She says she's the mini manager. She goes to work with me usually once a week. She loves everybody that I work with. And so this week was the Halloween party, so she wanted to go to the Halloween party. And she made gluten-free cupcakes for the Halloween party. I just love having a kid because she does all the things I don't really want to do. So she made the stuff to take to the Halloween party. Then we had a pumpkin decorating contest, and she did the pumpkin for me because otherwise I would not have participated. So we did that. So that was really nice. Halloween was Thursday. I did not go out for Halloween, but Cassie went. My husband took her. She met up with a friend. They went over and met with other friends, and then she spent the night at her friend's house. And then most of the week I spent between reading and crafting. Really into cross stitch right now, and finished finished the cross stitching part of some Christmas gifts that I'm doing, but they have to be assembled because I'm making ornaments. So I have to put the ornaments together. So that's kind of what I did a lot of this week was my cross stitching. So for this week, so remember, I will not see you guys chat wise this upcoming Sunday. However, I will have a video posted. It just will not be my chat because I'm going to camp this weekend upcoming, and we'll be gone for several days. I can't wait because I love camp so much, and this is probably the last time we'll get to go up there this year because once it gets cold, camp is like way too cold. Plus hunting season starts and stuff like that, and then it's just all the guys and they're the ones up there. So doing that this upcoming weekend. So there will be a video. It just won't be my chat. And then so tonight, Cass and I are gonna go spend the night at my mom's house. Like I told you guys, I think it was last week I told you guys we got the Hamilton tickets. Mom has never seen Hamilton, and she figures she'll enjoy it more if she's familiar with the show and the music and stuff. So Cass and I are going to go there tonight and spend the night. We're going to have a Hamilton night and watch Hamilton on Disney Plus. And I just can't get enough Hamilton, so I'm super excited about that. And my brother is away. My sister-in-law and the girls went down to my sister-in-law's house, so they'll be there overnight, which means Cass and I get to sleep in their bed, which is like sleeping on a pillow. Not on a pillow. It's like sleeping on a cloud. Like literally. If you could sleep on a cloud, I imagine that is what it feels like. The bed is the most amazing, wonderful, gigantic bed ever. So that's what we're doing tonight. Tomorrow, really excited. So we have church in the morning, and then we are going to, me, Cass, and Brian are going to the Melting Pot, which is our favorite restaurant down in Pittsburgh, and then going on the Gateway Clipper on the Haunted Pittsburgh cruise. So the Gateway Clipper, if anyone, I'm sure there's lots of people not familiar with what that is. The Gateway Clipper, they're steamboats that we have that go up and down the river. So in Pittsburgh, we have the three rivers. There's a confluence right in Pittsburgh. It's called the Point. And so it's the Ohio River, the Allegheny River, and the Monongahela River. So the Allegheny and the Monongahela come together to form the Ohio River. So the Gateway Clipper, there's a whole bunch of different boats, but they go up and down, and then while you do it, they like tell stories. So we've been on there a few times, but this is the first time we'll be doing the haunted one, which is so fun. So we're going to get to hear all of the haunted stories of Pittsburgh, and we are all in for that. Super psyched. So that's what we have going on this weekend. And work, I'm only going to be working, Monday. I'll only be at the office Monday and Wednesday this upcoming week because then I'll be off Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, come back next Wednesday. Following Wednesday, I mean. So that's always nice to look forward to that. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I should have lots of stuff to tell you guys next time because I'll have 2 weeks to catch up on. But let's talk about the reading, because, that's what we're here for, right? So I did have a really good reading week this week and finished up several books. Gotta open my journal so I can remember what star ratings I gave them all. All right, so first, finished Praying the Lord's Prayer for Spiritual Breakthrough, Daily Praying the Lord's Prayer as a Pathway into His Presence by Elmer L. Towns. And this was a 4-star read. This was really good. My dad, who's an elder at our church, did a sermon on the Lord's Prayer one year during one of the Easter week services. And that kind of opened me up to the power of the Lord's Prayer. And then this took it even further for me. And this was really good. And then there is also journaling questions in here, and then some response questions and some self-reflection, scoring kind of things to do. And I did learn a lot. It makes me want to definitely absolutely pray the Lord's Prayer every day, several times a day. You don't really think about all that the Lord's Prayer encompasses, but this really breaks it down, and it was really good. All right, I finally read 99% Mine by Sally Thorne, and this I ended up giving 3 stars. It was fine. I don't know. I think it was just chemistry wise, it wasn't my favorite chemistry between characters. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best chemistry I've ever read either. So it was fine. That's all I can say. It was fine. This was my second attempt at reading a Sally Thorne novel. I had tried listening to The Hating Game, and I just had a hard time getting into that. So, but I'm not sure if The Hating Game has a carryover character or not, in which case then I might want to listen to it. I'm not really sure. I don't know which one came first. Did The Hating Game come first, or did 99% Mine come first? I don't know. So anyway, my pick for the book that I feel like everyone has read except me has now been read. That's good. All right, then my library hold for Rebecca came through. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I had tried reading this one at least 2 or 3 times in the past, and I don't know what it just felt like it was taking me forever, and so it kept getting put back on my shelf. And I thought, well, it's October, good month to read it, and maybe if I listen to it, I can get through it. And I did. And it's not that it wasn't good. It was a good book. It was a 3-star book. I don't know why it was taking me so long to get through it. I think this might have been higher than 3 stars. I have this horrible habit of thinking a book is about one thing when it's not. So I don't know why. I thought this was I thought this was going to be scary for some reason. I thought that Rebecca, that she thought she was being haunted by Rebecca. And that is not what this is. It is gothic, but I at no time was scared or anything like that. I don't gothic, but I don't even know how else to categorize it. It's not necessarily a romance. It's not necessarily a crime. It's not psychological. There wasn't really anything to figure out. I don't know. Classic tale of romantic suspense. It says it right on the front. I guess. I don't know. I didn't get the suspense aspect. Like I said, there's definitely pieces of romance in there, but that's not what I would say the entire thing was. So anyway, it was fine. It was 3 stars. Atmosphere was really good. Great quote in here. Let me tell you guys my favorite quote. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time, because I had read this one before and had already highlighted it. If only there could be an invention, I said impulsively, that bottled up a memory like scent, and it never faded, and it never got stale. And then when one wanted it, the bottle could be uncorked, and it would be like living the moment all over again. I want that in my life. That's why I love that quote so much. All right. Then I finished my focus book of the month, and this was also a 5-star fiction, and that was Roots by Alex Haley, and this wound up being 4 stars. Here's the thing, for a book to be 5 stars for me, it has to be like really fairly perfect, and I have to at least enjoy the majority of it. But there were pieces of this that like I just wasn't as interested in as other things. And there was, this is gonna sound so stupid, one of the main characters in here, his name is George, and he ends up taking care of chickens at one point, and so they call him Chicken George. Well, they could have just called him that one time. Every time they referred to him, they called him Chicken George, and it went on for a very long time. And I'm sorry, but when I picture Chicken George in my head, it's not it's not, I don't think, the picture of what they would intend. And there was a lot in here about cockfighting and like more information that I needed. And so that was really what took it down for me. However, I can absolutely see why this is the classic that it is, and I do believe that everyone should read it. I am thinking about doing a book to miniseries to movie adaptation video where I watch the miniseries from I think it was on in the 80s, and then watch the newer movie Roots and just see how it translates and how I like it and things like that, and doing a video on that. We'll see. I would like to do that at some point. So glad I read it for sure. 4 stars is still a very good rating for me, and I would recommend that people read this. There is controversy around this though. I got confused at one point, and I was like, is this a true story, or is this fiction? And the thing is, it's a little bit of both. He did a lot of research. It came from, according to what he says, okay, and this is where the controversy comes in. It came from years of research that started from oral stories that he had heard from family members. And then he was able to go back and like do extensive research, like I think it was like 20 years worth of research, extensive research, where he went back and verified these stories and went all the way back to the first ancestor of his that was brought to America, Kunta Kinte, which would have been his like great grandfather. However, when I looked it up, the controversy is that he was sued over plagiarism, where there was like 80 areas that they referenced that were plagiarized from this other book. And then historians that have weighed in and said that a lot of his research was lacking. I don't know. Was that just because they wanted to discredit him? It's possible. It's very possible. So there is controversy around it. And so ultimately it is fiction based on truth, and then towards the end we definitely get like true stuff, and when we get to the pieces about Alex Haley's actual life. All right, then I read my first book from the BookTube spin, and that is Suspicious Minds, a Stranger Things novel. This was the first Stranger Things novel. This is by Gwenda Bond, and this is about Terry, which is Elle's mom, about how she ended up getting involved with Dr. Brenner. And I tried reading another Stranger Things novel and DNF'd that. So I wasn't anticipating that I would like this one very much. I did. I ended up giving it 3 stars. And it's kind of struggled. I'd say really it's more like 3.5 stars. And I might give that other one a chance again if I can find it on audio. So I don't want to buy it again because I'll be unhauling this anyway. I'm gonna be unhauling a lot of books this month. So if you like Suspicious Minds, not Suspicious Minds, that's a song. If you like Stranger Things, I do believe that you would like that. There's good characters in there, a lot of really good characters, I felt like, and it is very reminiscent of the Stranger Things show. And there's even some like future, like there's one of the characters that can see into the future, and she sees some L in the future and things like that. All right, the last one that I completed this week is The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and I, again, was surprised. I really liked this one a lot. This was another 4-star. My only issue was I wish I hadn't read it in the same month that I read Roots, because, especially at the beginning, because of how the first part of this went and where I was in Roots, it was really easy to get them confused. As the stories went on, however, it was easier to keep this one separated. There's a very distinct magical element in this, and a surprise, and maybe I had said this and I totally missed it, but Harriet Tubman is in this, and that was great. Like, that was probably my favorite part of this, was figuring out that the one character they were calling Moses was actually Harriet Tubman. And it was kind of beautiful. It was kind of a beautiful book. I'm trying to think which book it was. There was a book that I read that I was like, I can't believe that's how it ended. Oh, I know. That was Rebecca. Sorry. Okay, back to Rebecca real quick. The ending. Did not love the ending. I felt like it ended very abruptly. Anyway, so this one was good. If you want like a story about slavery that's magically, has like a lot of magical realism in it, and is kind of a beautiful story, then you should pick this one up. All right, so that's everything that I finished this week. I'm going to show you guys what my plans are for the next week to, like, I know for sure that I'm going to read the next 2 weeks, but I was contacted, first I'm going to do this. I was contacted by an author, and she sent me a description of her book and asked if I would be interested in having a copy sent to me so that I could review it. And I read it. The cover is amazing, and I was so excited. I was like, yes, absolutely. That would be great for Cass and I to read together. So I have it here. I haven't even opened it yet. I got it at the beginning of this week. I figured I should open it with you guys because that would just be better. So this is a middle grade sci-fi fantasy mix. So, oh look, it's nice wrapped, so pretty. I love it when things come like that. So wait till you guys see this cover. Okay, so she said, "Hi Tara, thank you for reading The Captain's Daughter. I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. All my best, Doreen D. Berger." Nice. Oh, and oh look, pretty bookmark. Oh, that's so kind. Look at this cover, guys. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. All right, so I'm going to read you guys the back so you can hear what it is about. And this is a new release, just came out in 2021. For most adolescents, growing up is hard enough, when one has both feet planted firmly on the ground. But for mischievous 12-year-old sisters, Diane and Robin, life is complicated further by the fact that their father, Captain William Marsh, is the commander of the starship Polaris. Living among the stars provides a never-ending realm of creative possibility for the free-spirited girls' pranks and adventures. When aliens bent on profit and revenge kidnap Diane and Robin, only their indomitable spirit, ingenuity, and common love of trouble allow the pair to escape the alien vessel. Finding their way home seems assured until the sisters realize they have been taken further from home than they could have ever imagined, and that they must evade an enemy who will stop at nothing to get them back into his evil clutches. Blocked by interstellar battles, malevolent creatures, and overwhelming obstacles, the sisters fear they may never find a return home and the father they love. Oh, sounds so good. Seriously, I just love this cover so much. I just think it's beautiful. So, thank you so much, Doreen. And oh, guys, and look at the chapters. They have little star illustrations there. So good. So Cass is like super excited about this also. And this is her first novel. Oh, and it's going to be a series too. So, super excited to read this. And the next one will be Reach for the Stars. So, I'm hoping to read this one in December. Because, you know, this month is Nonfiction November. If you haven't seen it yet, I did post my TBR yesterday. That is up if you want to watch it. So, I'm dedicating November to nonfiction. But I think I'm going to add this to my December TBR. So excited about that. All right. Plans for this week upcoming. Actually, let me say first. So I started reading Janet Chapman, Loving the Highlander. This is a reread for me. And I am on page 114, and I'm sure I'm not going to be able to finish this before the end of the month because today's Saturday, the 30th. And I have things going on tonight. Like I said, I'm not going to be home tomorrow, so I'm not going to get this. So this is actually going to sit on my shelf again until December. Putting that away for now. All right, so going to be starting my nonfiction November reads. And this is what I know I am going to get to over this next week. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to pick up. I'll definitely have picked up more than this by the time I talk to you guys again, because I'll be at camp and I'll have lots of time to read up there. So I have 4 books I know for sure I'm going to read first. So the first one is I'd Rather Be Reading: The Delights and Dilemmas of the Reading Life by Anne Bogle. And this is under the collection category. And this is by the amazing Anne Bogle, who is the creator of the Modern Mrs. Darcy and the podcast What Should I Read Next? And so this is her discussion of what her life is like as an avid reader. And it's just a little book. It's only 149, no, let's see, of actual reading. It's only 145 pages. So that should be a pretty quick read. My gigantic focus read of the month, which is, I always have that focus read when I have these giant books I have to read a set number of pages before I can do anything else that day. So this time it's this gigantic book, Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Martyr, Prophet, Spy by Eric Metaxas. And this one is 608 pages. So, well, there are like notes and stuff back here too, but so it's huge. There are 31 chapters. So my goal will be to read a chapter a day, and then obviously there'll be one day that I have to read 2 chapters in order to get it completed by the end of the month. And this is a very intimidating book for more reasons than just the giganticness. I mean, Bonhoeffer is like, when it comes to the Christian faith, he is so well known. And I mean, he was martyred. He was in a Nazi concentration camp. It's going to be a tough read. I know it is. But I've heard it's so good. I am going to read Me by Elton John, which is Elton John's autobiography. Elton John's autobiography, and this is for the style category. The Bonhoeffer book is for the treatment category. And then from the in collection, I think I picked this one under collections too. Can't remember. Yeah, collections. Howard Stern comes again, and this is all of Howard Stern's favorite interviews that he has done. And I personally feel, I don't care how you feel about Howard Stern. I'm not the biggest Howard Stern fan, to be perfectly honest with you. However, he is one of the best interviewers that I have ever encountered. So like when it comes to Howard as an interviewer, hands down the best. I just don't care for the rest of his show. My husband loves him though. So those are my plans. That's what I know I'm going to be reading for sure first. Upcoming here, and I'm sure I'll have more to tell you about also after I get back from camp. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. What are your plans for this month upcoming? Because if you're watching this on Sunday, November starts tomorrow. That's exciting. It's the season of Thanksgiving. One of my favorites. I would like to, Cassie and I would both like to decorate November 1st for Christmas and start listening to Christmas music and stuff, but Brian says it's disrespectful to Thanksgiving to do that. So we're not allowed to do that until after Thanksgiving. What do you guys think? Is November 1st too early to start celebrating Christmas season? Let me know. All right. I am going to go. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I also do color tube and floss tube content. If you would like to find me other places on the web, everywhere you can find me is down below in the description box. All right, guys, I will catch up with you later. Bye.